Hey my beautiful friends, welcome back to a new video. Today you're joining me here in my studio. I'm just finishing my latest painting, which you can see. Can you see it? You can probably see it. It's the rose which grows through the concrete. And today I want to talk with you about what is finally coming out. So today in the morning I was meditating for a long time. I was like, I've lost myself, I've lost the sense of time in the meditation, and I had a great conversation with the higher consciousness. And what is finally coming out is the stored energy. As collective energy is rising, many people are moving through that greater realization of who they are, who we are. And what is finally coming out is the stored energy. You know, as I always say to you, if we want to create a new life, we firstly need to make a space for that new life. We need to prepare the space for the new life, and in order to prepare the space, it means to release the old, to let go of the old. So what is finally coming out is the old, unconscious, stored energy. Those are old, unconscious, stored emotions from the past. Stored energy is like stored memories from the past. Everything which is still pulling us back, everything which is still holding us back in order to thrive as true selves, in order to live our lives from that natural state of who we truly are. We need to let go of what is holding us back, what is lowering down our vibration. As we all know, the natural vibration is being in love with life, is constantly being creative, constantly being joyful and filled with life, right? But most of us are like just the opposite of that. We can't sense the life, we can't sense the fulfillment, we can't sense the joy because, you know, we say, oh, so many things are happening all around us, so many things are going on. And you know, we can see this what is happening on the world and all different things. How can I be my true self if there's so much fear around me? And that's the purpose of that. We can only experience the true self if we go through the opposite of what is the true self. And the opposite of that is the lack of awareness of the truth. You know, we experience lots of lies, we experience lots of anger, we experience lots of tension, we experience the separation. That's the opposite of the truth. Truth is unity, truth is understanding, truth is love, truth is compassion, it is joy, it is kindness. That's truth. But in order to appreciate that, we need to go through the opposite of that to become more aware of what is really important and what is actually working in life. We need to have strong pillars on which we are building our lives, right? The consciousness needs strong pillars. And what is finally coming out, or we could say it's finally coming into the center of our awareness, is that stored energy from the past. Stored energy from the past which is not supporting our growth, which is not supporting our evolution. That's what is coming out, like this rose which is growing through the concrete. Each of us right now can be that rose which is growing through the concrete. Can you feel like being a rose which is growing through a concrete? The concrete can be the society. Right now we can have that short explanation of the painting. The concrete can be the society. the paradigms, the rules, the different perceptions, illusion, limitation, separation, all of that. But because you're opening your heart to the greater understanding, or to the greater awareness, you have the strength, you have the resilience, you have the awareness, you have the knowledge, and because you're letting go of the pain and fear from the past, you have the wisdom from those moments, you're now growing into a blooming flower. We have the bee here. Bee have a truly amazing ancient meaning of how important life is, how important the nature is. Do you know that if there would be no bees, the whole ecosystem of nature would collapse? That's why I put it here. It's so important. It's so important to understand that. Many ancient ancestors had like the biggest and strongest respect for the nature, and that's the core that we've lost. Our nowadays society have lost that core because we think that solution is in technology, and technology, it's a great tool, but it is not really connecting us with nature. Nature is free, you can go outside anytime you want, and that's what this system is not really supporting. So what is coming finally out is the awareness how important it is to connect back with nature. So many people right now are going outside and just connecting with it, walking barefoot, not like to be a hippie or something, but rather because we understand the truthness of nature and how it can really help us to stay grounded. To stay grounded and to stay in that core of who we really are. It's a great sense of freedom. Every time when we do that, we experience a great freedom. Because it is providing us that actually it is helping us to generate the feeling of freedom. We are all free, but the question is, does our perception support that feeling of being free? Or are we feel like we are living life in the prison? Because I can see that many people are perceiving their lives like they are living in the prison. But we are actually living life in the prison of the mind. And mind is just a tool. So are you willing to master the tool? Are you willing to master your mind? Because we are right now stepping into the age of awareness, of mastery. Right now we are stepping into the age of awareness that each of us is a born master, but we forgot the power of how to be the master. We forgot about that power. We forgot that we all actually know how to master our minds, but because we've become truly lazy, and not many people are willing to step outside of their comfort zones, to become aware like how to deal with certain fears, certain anger, how to deal with any kind of emotional state. We can uplift our emotional state anytime we choose, but we need to take actions. We need to take responsibilities of our lives. Stop blaming others, stop blaming the system, stop blaming everyone around you. You know, that's what is coming out right now. All that stored energy is actually triggering us to do that work. All that stored energy is triggering us to go even deeper into ourselves, to build a relationship, a greater relationship with ourselves. Like here on the painting, the bee and the flower, a rose. We need to make that kind of great relationship with ourselves first. Because here and there I see many people would like to manifest their dream partner. And I'm sending love to all of you, my friends. You deserve all the love. You deserve the partner of your dreams. You truly deserve that. But how often we say, I want to build a relationship of my dreams with myself as well. Like, I want to truly be in love with myself. Now, not in that egoistic, selfish way, but to truly understand myself. To listen the feelings, to follow the feelings, to recognize the intuition, the voice of intuition, the inner compass. The divine inner compass. And also to recognize what the ego is trying to, why the ego is so protective of our vulnerabilities. Why the ego is so protective? Are we afraid that people would see how we are suffering? And because we don't want to show how we are suffering, we try to prove ourselves to others, like how worthy we are. Look at me, how much I've achieved. You know, all of that is coming out because it's kind of the aftermath of the awakening of the greater consciousness. But it's not actually awakening, it's the rise of the collective consciousness. And all of that is coming out or coming into the core of our awareness is the aftermath of that, because so many people right now are awakening. Also, what we are finding during that awakening, we are finding that it's not so beautiful that we thought. Once we start experiencing so many different stored emotions, we recognize that it's not so beautiful because we still need to deal with it. And actually, we need to deal with that, but it can be beautiful. It can be beautiful if we take time for ourselves, if we meditate, if we truly, relax into the moment, we disconnect a bit from the reality and we learn to meditate. Meditation is a powerful tool because we can step from this third dimensional consciousness into fifth dimensional consciousness where we experience eternal present moment. And in that eternal present moment, we are no identity. Once we are not identity anymore, we are pure consciousness. And when we become pure consciousness, we don't feel pain anymore. We feel like the meaning why all of that was happening in our lives. And when we recognize the meaning, we experience such a great sense of freedom. So many energy was released. That's so amazing. That's so amazing. So if you're wondering how to disconnect from third dimensional consciousness to step into the fifth dimensional consciousness, you just need to learn to disconnect from your five senses for a few moments. Our five senses are our ability to hear, to see, to smell, to taste, to touch. Those are our five senses, we know that. And if we learn through meditation to disconnect from it, if we're not paying attention to the space around us, and we rather place our attention into inner space, into the empty space, which, if you're familiar maybe with the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, for example, he's teaching that principle. And how I'm guiding my meditations, you can find it on my channel, Guided Meditations. I'm always guiding in the way that we firstly relax our bodies. Because once we relax our muscles, brain will automatically go into more calm state. And when brain goes into more calm state, we are not so alert anymore. So we are not paying so much attention to our outer environment anymore. And in that state, we are ready to explore the unknown. I'm sorry. We are ready to explore the unknown. What is the unknown? The inner space is unknown. We are not paying much attention to our inner space, right? So, once we get truly relaxed and we fall into that calm state, for me it happens after between 8 and 10 minutes in meditation. After 10 minutes I get truly relaxed. And that's the moment when I don't want to stop meditating. If in that moment I place more attention to the music, if I usually put a music into my ears, I place more attention to the music and I fall into that flow, and then I start sensing my internal space. Suddenly I recognize the infinity. Like I would become aware of the infinity, but like everyone can experience it a bit differently. I'm a more creative person, so probably I'm experiencing it that way. For me, creativity is like infinite flow of imagination. Everyone can experience it differently, so all we need to do is to place your attention away from the known, from the physical. Make sure that you will not be distracted by your environment, and slowly you will step into the fifth dimensional consciousness, and suddenly you can ask the consciousness. You can ask it for certain advice. You can ask it for like why certain thing happened in your life, and you will experience an answer. If not in meditation, you will experience it later in your day or in the next days through certain synchronicity. Maybe it will be in a video or in a movie that you will watch. Maybe it will be in a music that you will hear. That's why often I make a video like you're meant to see that or something like that, because you know how often we are drawn to certain information because we can find the answer in that information. Not everyone will see that, but if you're meant to see it, you will probably see it. So, my friends, that's what is coming out to many people. So many people can sense it. Many people can sense it, and it's a beautiful part. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it, my friends. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. This painting will be soon finished, and then I will make a video like most of my videos. And let me know if you've enjoyed this video. You can write in the comments what this rose represents to you, or can you find yourself as that rose which is growing through the concrete. Right now, maybe you can feel like you're growing through the concrete, and concrete can be like any challenge, like I said, or any illusion, or any separation, or the society, or any rules, or perceptions, or beliefs that you're changing. Anything, it can be anything. Write in the comments below what it represents to you, and till next time, my friends, I'm sending you lots of love, lots of blessings, lots of power. And of course, if you would like to find more about my art, you can find it on my Instagram page. I draw my passion. See you there, my friends. Till next time, one love.